Hi, my name's Deb Moyle. I am a member of the Nudgee Nation in South Australia.
Yep. And what is your position in the Red Cross Red Crescent movement?
My current role is Justice Reinvestment, and I'm the Justice Reinvestment Project Manager down at Port Adelaide in South Australia.
Right. And when did you join the movement?
I first joined in, I reckon it would have been about 2011. So I've been here for a while, off and on. So when I first joined, it was part of a national project, and that was we actually brought a training manual over from the Canadian Red Cross, and then we adapted it for the Australian Aboriginal audience. And then a part of my role was being the master trainer, and that was respected. It was a family violence program, training program that we actually rolled out across Australia. So it was really exciting. So 2011 was my beginning and my introduction to the Australian Red Cross Red Crescent. And then I came back in 2016, I reckon. I've been back forward a few times. And I came back in as the project officer or project manager for Justice Reinvestment in 2016.
Mm-hmm. And why did you join the Red Cross Red Crescent movement?
Why did I join? Well, I had 24 years in education and state government, and this was one of my first employment gigs, I suppose, with a community controlled organisation or a movement as such. And having previously worked in as a consultant in that training, it's an amazing place. It really is. It gets to the heart of the community. It shows you what's possible in a community, and I think that's coming. I mean, I love the education. I love the early childhood. That's where my most passion lies. But to know that you can come to a place like Australian Red Cross Red Crescent, and you do get to the heart of the community.
Great. What major events or projects have you worked with?
I think the current one that we're doing is Justice Reinvestment. So it is a movement very similar to the Australian Red Cross Red Crescent. So we commenced in 2016 with a small community, and to know now that the Commonwealth, the federal government has now picked it up, and we've got the opportunity to grow Justice Reinvestment across the country for First Nations people. That's the most exciting opportunity that I get, and I get to be a part of that.
Great. And how has working here impacted your life?
Well, for me, as a First Nations person, I get to come to work and I share my stories. I get to have a voice. I get to raise the issues and concerns of what's happening for other First Nations communities, not only in South Australia but also around the country. What's not happening for our community, and that keeps me coming back.
Awesome. And what have you learned from being a woman leader in the humanitarian field?
It's challenging. I think for any woman, it's a very dominant, cultured environment, and the people you deal with. And just knowing that when I put my Red Cross T-shirt on, I've got my badge, I actually have a whole organisation behind me. So when I'm raising my voices, when I am, discussing, issues that are impacting families and children, I actually have an organisation that's standing behind me.
And what do you think are the main challenges that women face in taking leadership positions or in making positive changes in the Red Cross Red Crescent movement?
Women will always come with heart. I'm not denying that our men don't. However, what it takes for a woman to sit at the table and the juggling of whether it's family and commitments, and you don't have to have children to have the juggle and the struggle of having family being commitments and having commitments in your community, whether it's in your home or whether it's in your community. The hardest thing I think for women is actually juggling and knowing when to push and when to pull. and putting yourself out there sometimes can be very challenging for many women of culture. I think sometimes it's even harder because you are operating in a dominant society.
Yep. And what are some of the ways we can affect change?
I think, look, the hardest thing is change is slow, and especially in the Aboriginal community. Having Australian Red Cross, Red Crescent walking alongside the Aboriginal community, it will mean that change is slow. And I think we've made a strong commitment to be there as long as the community wants Australian Red Cross, Red Crescent in their community and operating. So it will be slow. Sometimes we would like to have things a bit quicker. We would like to, but we're not here to fix people's lives. We're here to walk with people. We're here to strengthen the community and rebuild that social capital.
What do you dream of?
Me, I dream of my grandsons walking freely in this country. I dream as strong Aboriginal men, not being judged by the colour of their skin, but actually their character. So a little bit of a statement there from very famous people. However, I dream of my Aboriginal community being safe, being recognised for who they are, the strengths of who they are, and certainly for young Aboriginal men to feel safe that they can walk and breathe and contribute to society, and not certainly be judged by the injustices of being Aboriginal or being born black.